Fewer oral arguments that could determine Donald Trump's fate as a 2024 presidential candidate are taking place right now at the U.S. Supreme Court. Before they began, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville spoke out.
Welcome to the Supreme Court building, a place today where people inside are going to make a decision for the future of our country. We're here for democracy. We're here to stand for the right to vote for the candidate of our choice.
The case involves the former president's challenge of last year's 4-3 vote by the justices of the Colorado Supreme Court. The state's high court found that on January 6th of 2021, Donald Trump was an officer of the United States and engaged in an insurrection. Due to that determination, they voted to remove him from the 2024 primary ballot in the state. Today's oral arguments will determine if the Colorado Supreme Court erred in its decision. All right, let's bring in constitutional attorney and Victory News contributor KrisAnne Hall. KrisAnne, right now the Supreme Court is hearing the challenge by Donald Trump of Colorado's court ruling to remove him from the primary election ballot. Listen to what former Obama political advisor David Axelrod said about this issue.
I'm trying to imagine what it would be like if the Supreme Court said, we're removing the front-running Republican candidate, essentially saying to the American people, you won't have the opportunity to vote for him. And I think it would be very, very disruptive.
Axelrod believes, KrisAnne, if SCOTUS sides with Colorado, many voters will see the decision as subversion, and it would draw a very strong reaction. What's your response?
Yeah, I agree that there will be a strong immediate reaction, but I think that as a society, we should be more concerned about the long-term ramifications of the court siding with the states on this. Long-term, we're talking about any state having any ability to eliminate any candidate based on accusations of insurrection and not proof of it. And when accusations become the basis to deny someone an office, then you have a banana republic.
Yeah, this case is going way back to how the United States dealt with those in the office after the Civil War. And the attorneys spent a lot of time on the difference between officer of the state and office under the state. Here's a little bit from each side.
We have an argument, we believe, that is sufficient to dispose of this case just based on the meaning of officer of the United States, as well as the argument we're making based on term limits. But all of the consequentialist considerations that Your Honor has suggested are additional reasons to reverse the Colorado Supreme Court.
Section 3 uses deliberately broad language to cover all positions of federal power requiring an oath to the Constitution. My friend relies on a claimed difference between an office under and an officer of the United States. But this case does not come down to mere prepositions. The two phrases are two sides of the same coin, referring to any federal office or to anyone who holds one.
KrisAnne, you've listened to the arguments. Which side is making the stronger argument, in your opinion?
Well, I think that what we have to understand is what are the consequences of those arguments. Murray, which is the states who want to remove Trump from the ballot, are making an argument that I don't think the congressmen want him to make. Because if Murray's argument prevails, that means under the impeachment clauses that senators and U.S. House reps can be impeachable. And the senators and U.S. House reps have made the argument to the contrary for a very long time.